My name is Allie Eastman. I teach first grade at Costa Academy. I've used Lux a lot of ways in my classroom, but I would say mostly for math. It's perfect because you can connect them, so when we're working on adding and subtracting, that's simple. It's right there in your hands. The kids can connect them and disconnect them, so they see that connection between adding and subtracting. You still have the same number, but now you're adding and pulling things away, so they can make that connection better. I'd also say for place value, this is perfect. The different colors really help, so we'll make 10 frames. So line up 10 blocks in a row, and then I'll give them a different color for one's place. And so they're able to see the connection there because now they have the visual of different colors. So they know that say for instance, the blue is in the 10s frame. There are 10 connected, they know that. Whereas when they see purple and they're individual, they know, okay, these are my ones blocks. And so we're able to put those together and make a whole number like 21 or something like that. Also for gross motor skills, some of my first graders really need help with that. And these little sinkers are perfect because they're able to pull them apart, push them together, use their creativity. And for me, it's a perfect opportunity because they think they're playing and really I'm just having them work on those skills. When I first left college, I thought, when I want to teach, I really want to do hands-on stuff. Because when I grew up, it was a lot of paper, pencil. I wasn't always making those connections. So I really like Lux because I love manipulatives, like I said, especially in math. So my kids are able to visually see and touch and pull and play with math. And I think they make that connection deeper when we're going into our work. Yeah, so I would say Lux is good because it really does connect my kids. I mean, whether we're even just playing with them or working with them in the classroom, I've seen students gone up to each other and say, hey, well, did you know if you connect them this way and pull them apart this way? And they actually are really working well with these, which with some toys and with little kids, you think, okay, can I trust them to work in groups with these and not mess around? But they really do. When they get these in their hands, they really want to work at something and to develop it. And so for me, that's really good because I can trust them with these and I can walk away knowing, okay, they are going to be working. Yeah, they're really popular. Even when it's like indoor recess, they're like, wow, but could we please just use Lux? Remember last week when we used those? And so for me, it's always like, okay, when can I pull these out? Because they love them and they want to work with them and with each other. I would say just the carryover. When we're working on something, they said, well, remember last week it kind of adds with this. So for instance, place value when we were adding and subtracting, and they're like, oh, I see how that works. So if we just line them up differently and we're still adding to them, now we have a much bigger number. So I've seen kids connecting the blocks to each other and thinking, okay, so if we added this, my total number would be this way. So they're not only just adding, now they know, just by memorizing where the blocks are at, how much is in each group, which is pretty cool. Yes, one surprise that I did have is seeing my kids carry over what we had talked about the week before in math when they're showing me with their blocks from the previous week exactly what we were doing, but now they're connecting it to our new lesson. So for instance, we were adding and now we're talking about place value. And so seeing them carry that over. So that was a really special moment for me. I would recommend Lux to fellow teachers because, again, it's a good way to get manipulatives in kids' hands. They love these. They can use them all across curriculum. Even if it's just playtime, working on those gross motor skills, these are the perfect tool because they want them in their hands. It's not something you're forcing on your kids saying, oh, you have to work with Lux blocks again. No, they want the Lux blocks. They're always asking for them and they're always working with them. And so it's perfect because you know that when they get them in their hand, they're going to get to work.